Hi everyone, my name is Karen Reardon from Primary Links, and I just wanted to come on and share a little preview video with you for my special education teacher planner for the upcoming year 21-22. I came up with this idea last year. Some of you might have bought the planner last year, and I suppose I just felt that, having worked in special education myself for 9 years, that it was something that was missing, that there's a lot out there for class teachers. So I felt that the special education teachers were maybe being a little bit hard done by, where they would have to maybe buy planners that a lot of the sections they may not have needed because they weren't in the classroom. So I suppose I took every opportunity last year to get as much feedback as I could from those that bought it, those that were using it, even colleagues in my own school. So I took every single piece of advice, what they might take out, what they might add in, how they might change the layout. So I've worked really hard on making it even better than last year. So I'm going to just give you a very, very quick, I promise to keep this very quick, just so that you can see it firsthand. I think it's really important before you purchase something that you know what you're buying, and it's what you want, and it will suit some people and it may not suit others. So at least this way you'll get to see it firsthand, and I can talk you through some of the ideas behind what's in there. So this is the new cover design this year. Definitely needed an upgrade. So the cover itself, it's a soft bound laminate durable cover. This was something I really made sure I asked people about. And the majority of feedback I got was that people liked the fact that it was very lightweight, because I suppose a lot of teachers bring bits and pieces home and they just find that the hardback can actually add a lot of weight to their bags. So I decided that I would keep the soft bound for this year. That being said, I am including this year, everyone's going to get a little plastic pocket, and I would just suggest, if you're putting it into your bag, for anything like me, I just shove it in usually. I would recommend popping that in to the plastic folder if you're putting it into your bag. So that's the cover. Inside then you have your contact information, you have your contents there. So it's broken into 4 sections. You have caseload, diary, meetings, other records. You have your calendar for this year. You just have your continuum of support. Then you are into your caseload section. So here you have 2 pages of School Support Plus, okay, because it can change throughout the year. You can add, you might be in 2 different schools. So some teachers gave me some feedback on that. So we'll keep going here. Then you have your literacy support pages here for groupings, numeracy support, groupings. You have other school support, so that might be emotional behavioural difficulties, it might be just a well-being group, it might be a movement group, anything like that you might be working with a group of children or even just an individual. So then going into the diary, I'm going to bring you onto my screen here. So the diary section this year is probably the one that got the most change, really, the most upgrading. A lot of you may know that I am training to be a play therapist and creative psychotherapist. And well-being is a huge part of my classroom teaching with my pupils, and it's a really big area for me as well. I think teacher self-care is so important. I suppose I'm looking at various planners in the UK and in the US. Teacher wellbeing is top priority, and I was delighted to see other Irish teachers, developing planners, including self-care as well. So I just have 1 page there that I suppose every teacher needs to kind of, make sure that they're minding themselves. But when you're working in special education as well, I think it's super important. So there's just a little 1 pager there for ideas around minding yourself. Then you get straight into the timetable. So there's 2 timetables here. Personally, I know I will just probably photocopy one that I do up on my computer and maybe blue tack it in. But I left the option if people want to write it in using pencil, because I know special education teachers' timetables change so much. So I left the option in, but I probably would just photocopy and stick it in. So here is the monthly overview then, with a little section for notes. Just included some nice quotes that are important to me. Might just give you a little boost at the start of each month. So then this is the 2-page spread. This is your weekly spread, okay? And this is what has really, really changed. And again, mainly working with my colleagues who were using the diary on a daily basis, made lots of great suggestions for me. So we've kept, I suppose, our pupils absent interruptions, which there always is for special education teachers. People asked me to put the specific date in under each day, which I have done. We've kept the to-do list, and then the notes for LOAs. So notes for log of actions. So as you go throughout the week, you might have, made a phone call to a speech and language therapist or to an OT. You might have met a parent, and it's something that's worthy for your log of actions. So that's just a very quick little space there that you can jot down, and you might get time to do it on the Friday or whatever it is. And then you just have your small little section there for minding you. So that's it really, September. So it's all different, it's color coded then. So I'll just give a quick flick. Okay, I've marked out the midterms also. We have so I'm just going to very quickly go through that. Okay, then again, at the start of each term, you have more timetables. Again, you can decide personally what suits you. So that's really it. Go on to term 3. And again, that's really it in terms of the diary itself. We'll look forward to that date when we say hello summer. That seems very far away now, but that's really it in terms of the diary. The next section then is we're into meetings. As you know, as a set, you are constantly meeting various other professionals, your colleagues. So what I have done here is, and again, this was on the recommendation of people that used it last year. So it's very hard to determine how many IEP meetings templates I should have put in, because the job varies so much, even between working with 1 school or 2 schools, even 3 schools for some people. So what I've done is I've put in 1 template this year, and it's a photocopiable template. So you can just literally photocopy that as you're going into your meeting. And then I suppose it just goes straight into the file. You're not, trying to, and this isn't your IEP. This will not be your IEP. This is just notes that you might make, or things that you might want to bring to the meeting. There's assessment observations, and then just quickly jotting down. I know I always walk in with a piece of paper, and then 9 times out of 10 it might go missing. So that's just a template, and it's the same for the parent-teacher meetings. Then both of those you have permission to photocopy and just stick it into the individual files then. After that then, so you'll be recording. So you have your set team meetings. So there's quite a few of those. You have other professional meetings. So that's if an OT is coming in, speech and language therapist is coming in, if it's meeting with an education psychologist. So anything at all you can put in there. And again, notes for log of actions, because generally in these meetings you will get someone saying, we might tweak this, we might add this in, so it's important to log that. Then you have your Croke Park timetable for term 1, 2, 3. Again, you might decide, if you get it all in one go, you just photocopy it and stick it in over that, and then you just have some meeting templates as well. The final section then is additional records. So this somebody asked me, could I put this in? It's for passwords. I suppose you can decide yourself whether this suits you or not. I didn't put it at the front of the planner on purpose. I just thought it was a bit more discreet towards the back. And I know some teachers were saying that it is important that they have so many different websites and logins, and they're all school related. So it's just nice to have one space to pop them in there. You have your contact list. So again, if you are working with an OT or speech and language or therapist, whatever it is, that you have their name, profession, contact. That can be email or mobile or whatever. So just to have that list in there, that was another recommendation. Your CPD log, I'm sure you can just keep everything in one place there, log what you've done for the year. School events then as well, you can log those in the monthly calendar, but again, it's just things maybe that this is just a larger space if running maybe sports day or book fair or something, whatever else is coming up. Useful websites, I just kind of condensed this year, and then there's note pages as well. I meant to say there's note pages at the end of each month also. And that's it, okay? So thank you so much for taking the time to watch that video. I always try and make it short, but as you get into it, I suppose there's so much to say really on it. So the set planner is available for pre-order on Thursday the 16th of April. I expect that the delivery of the planners will be mid-May. So if you have any questions at all, you can contact me on Primary Links, either on Facebook or on Instagram. My email is primarylinksie@gmail.com, and I look forward to speaking to you then.